In an age of insect knights, an evil witch takes the wings and powers to fly, leaving you a fly to stop them. Go forth, hero. Save us all. God, we're screwed. Hello, and welcome to the channel. My name is Saucebreaker. I'm a roguelike enjoyer, which means dungeon crawlers is a pastime of mine. So when I saw this game, FlyKnight, I was interested in what it had to offer. For a basic idea of the game, FlyKnight is a first-person dungeon crawler where you venture into a cave to stop a witch. Along the way, meeting some interesting characters, picking up on some fun weapons and magic. Oh, and did I mention, you could also bring a friend too! Some jolly co-op. So let's dive into the meat of this game, and what I love about it. Let's start with the combat of the game. It's a limb-based system where you can damage and sever limbs off of humanoid enemies. You can swing certain weapons left and right based on your movement direction. Not only that, but you also have a stamina bar that you have to keep track of running, attacking, blocking, or jumping. If you don't, and you're attacked while you're out of stamina, you could be knocked to the ground. This also applies to enemies. If you can break their guard and kick them, they will also be knocked to the ground. For range, you have two main ways of attack. First, you have a bow and arrow, where you can find arrows pretty much anywhere, or you can use spells, where you can find them in chests or bosses. They cause some kind of magic bar as well. Anyways, besides weapons, you also have to consider your armor, which some can be found in chests, or a small amount of them can be dropped from enemies. You also have an Estus flask, which can be refilled at a bonfire to heal up. From my experience, I think you have about 5 shots worth for the whole game of your Estus. All this combined makes an interesting game experience where you have enemies that can fight like you, act as traps, or swarm you. And you have to fight them while making your way deeper in the cave. Speaking of the cave is broken down into different areas. Within those areas, you have many different rooms that you can run into. You have a few doors that can act like shortcuts, but pretty much everything is open to you. Which is nice, as it doesn't feel like a cramped level while you're in co-op. For the style of game this is, co-op feels like it was always meant to be. While you can fight with your partner for drop loot, any loot in a chest is given to both players, and never felt like one player had a huge advantage over the other. At the start, you are able to hurt your partner as well, but there is a ring pretty early on that makes it so you can't hurt each other. Oh, and don't forget about fishing eater. No, I'm serious. Not only can you fish, but eating fish can also give you some buffs. Sadly, I found out about this a little bit later than I should have, especially since some of these enemies can be tough, like the samurai. God damn, he was strong. So, let's talk about the visuals and what this low poly count is all about. Design of this gives me RuneScape vibes, as you can tell, and I kinda like it. I didn't even play or like RuneScape all that much, but you can't deny that this isn't interesting to look at. To be honest, I think it's perfect. The sound design though? I don't know. I haven't played this game in like 2-3 days, and I don't really remember or have anything of note for the music. Nothing really sticks out. I'm just imagining the gameplay while it just being muted to me. I mean, I guess it works. There wasn't really a moment in the game that sound really threw me off, so I guess you could say it did its job. But I don't think you're going to be remembering this game for its music or sound design.
Did I just die?
Now I'm going to talk about the shortcomings of the game, and stuff that I wish got some improvement. First thing, the game is really short. My friend and I beat this game in almost 3 hours, and we weren't speedrunning or anything. We were just kind of walking around, running when we had some open space. But by the time we got to the end, we thought we just got to the halfway point. Granted, the game was pretty good, and we didn't even notice that we were near the end, and we wanted some more. Looking back, it was clear that the last level was a bit more linear than before, but you would expect this at some point in the game for it to get a little bit more complex. The limb combat and some of the attacks were just weird. Most of the time, we didn't bother with the limbs of the bug, and we just kind of beat them to death. However, the main thing I think holding the limb combat back is that some of these attacks from weapons aren't that great. For example, blunt weapons can't really attack side to side, and while being able to swing a weapon left and right, up for overhead, and poke moving backwards sounds good on paper, in practice it's a bit awkward to do in combat, especially since this isn't a 1v1 style game. You might be trying to attack from the left while you're also trying to back up, and so it creates a little bit weird scenarios for your weapon to where either it will attack from the left or it won't. Maybe, specifically on keyboard, if it was possible to switch sides using the Q and E key, it would be a little bit easier to do this on the fly. Also, I think some kind of charge attack would be nice. FlyKnight is really something special. I don't think I ever found a roguelike that had this good of a co-op while still being really fun. Most of the problems I have with this game is just my own issues that I come to expect from other roguelikes. However, for $5 and how much of a blast I had with my friend, I think this game is more than worth it. Although the developer, Wababoli, did mention that the only updates that the game is going to receive is a New Game Plus and a randomizer mode. It seems that they would like to make a sequel to this game and want to make it bigger and better. They say it might be something similar to Kingsfield 4, and honestly, I'm kinda on board with that, since Kingsfield was the same developers from Stormtops, and I think they could definitely greatly expand on this game, especially if they go in that direction. Especially since they said they wanted to work on ways to level up and upgrade your fly, in-connected levels, and just some more lore. So I'm looking forward to when they get the chance to make this. They also make other games as well, and they have a Discord, so check them out when you get the chance. And while you're joining the Discord, also join my Discord by the way. So pick up the game and become a fly. And if you think this game is great, or you want to tell me that I suck, let me know in the comments below. And remember to join the cult and subscribe. Until then, I will see you guys next time.